Buenos dias from Oaxaca, Mexico. We just took a taxi ride from downtown central Oaxaca to Monte Albán. So this is a really cool archaeological site in this area. Really, really ancient, important historical area for Oaxaca and Mexico in general. There's a really well-preserved archaeological site here, similar to Chichen Itza, like with the pyramids, but yeah, obviously a different culture. So this one is really interesting. It also has a museum here. So we're going to check out the museum first, and then we're going to go into the archaeological site. There isn't anything in English in here, but last week we did go to the Cultural Museum of Oaxaca, and there was a lot of stuff in that museum about the artifacts that were found here, so that was really helpful. Oh, it's a UNESCO site. I didn't know that. Of course it is, though. This is nice that there's English. I wasn't expecting there to be English on the signs. All of these were residences at one point in time, and then eventually also became tombs. If I don't come out of here, you can have my cup.
What? That's a big deal. Yeah?
Two.
Can you see any cool drinking skulls?
No, but like... Wow.
Oh, it just keeps going.
No.
No?
Stops here.
Oh, that's pretty dark.
It's very cleaned out. There's nothing in here, but very, very neat that they let you come explore around in here.
I imagine there would have been like offerings and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there probably would have been like, I don't know, assuming this is a tomb.
Good constructed roof.
Yeah.
Good job, lads.
Yeah, it's amazing. I feel like Indiana Jones. This site is humongous. Wow, this is really well preserved.
So this essentially is a giant sunbar. Because they're so close to the equator, they pretty much have direct overhead sun in the summer. So they could actually tell when it was the peak of summer and when it was the peak of winter.
I'm getting flashbacks from the Angkor Wat staircase. Remember that
Really?
Yeah, remember that really steep staircase everyone was climbing?
Oh, I remember them all.
I didn't really realize the scale of this site.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, these are not.
They were so consistent. I suppose actually that's the stairs bigger, isn't it?
Oh,
Oh yeah, sure, look at that staircase.
yeah.
This is probably more of a seating
Oh, maybe, yeah.
seating area.
Oh, okay. So you think that this is like a stadium type thing?
Yeah, some lads be up here, some dancers,
Oh,
some
maybe
entertainment.
this is where they do their like sacrifices.
Because it's up high, I can definitely more skull.
Yeah.
That was right at the base, so I think more skull.
And it kind of looks like there's like a ear there.
Yeah, I can kind of see a head.
Maybe. It doesn't look as steep in the video as it actually is in real life. Oh, hello, carvings. Ooh. Whoa, I did not expect this. Gallery of the Dancers. Yes, it's very steep. Too bad we did leg day yesterday at the gym. It just keeps going on and on. Look at this tree. That is an amazing tree.
Like a bush, but like.
And it's like, it's got a base, like a stone base. Must be an important tree. It's probably been here since the city was alive. That was probably a 4-hour exploration of the archaeological site. Like I said before, we took a taxi from Oaxaca Centro, where we're staying, as opposed to taking a tour. There are lots of tours that will bring you here, but we decided not to do that, which is usually our decision because tours generally do not spend enough time in a place like this. We like to stay for several hours and really look at everything in depth, which we find that usually you're kind of scrunched for time on a tour. So we just took a taxi and paid our own entry, which was 250 pesos in total, by the way. So that was 2 entrance fees and a videography fee. So 250 pesos, and then now we're going to attempt to walk back. We're currently walking on like this beautiful path here, an actual marked trail from the parking lot of the archaeological site. It's just much better in order to keep better control over the day instead of not spending enough time in the archaeological site and then probably having to go to like 2 or 3 other random places that we're not even interested in anyway. This walking trail has been pretty interesting actually, although we've gotten turned around a handful of times. There are multiple trails going in different directions, but I think we're on the right one now. We have these amazing views of Oaxaca City. And it says it's supposed to take 1 hour and 46 minutes to get back to our hotel. So it's already been, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
We'll see. The terrain is pretty difficult actually, so it's been slow going. He's waiting for us to die so he can eat us. So our hike actually turned into a little bit of a fail. We went down the path and went into, took about an hour really, not too long, but we arrived at the area that we were supposed to enter into the town, and there were like vicious dogs barking. So we're like, okay, we needed to turn around. So we turned around and tried to go a different way. And then when we came into the town, the same thing happened again. And we were met with these vicious barking dogs. So that happened one more time after that. So 3 different trails that we tried to come down into the city. And yeah, we couldn't because there were these dogs. So we ended up having to go all the way back up to the main highway and then just walk completely down the highway. So yes, hiking fail. So that really sucked. And we ended up taking about 3 hours instead of an hour and 40 minutes. Overall, it was an absolutely wonderful day. Monte Albán is an incredible archaeological site and probably on a similar standard to Chichen Itza, I think. But Chichen Itza is obviously the big archaeological site to visit. But yeah, I feel like Monte Albán is just as interesting, even more so because it's more accessible. You can actually walk up the staircases to the temples, so that was a lot more interesting than Chichen Itza as well. And in addition to that, a lot of the carvings were still present, so I found that amazing. The actual hike we took was beautiful, like everything about it, the scenery around, the foliage that we were walking through, the beautiful flowers, the amazing views of the city. It really was a beautiful hike if it wasn't for those barking dogs that really freaked me out. So yeah, great day.